What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Party Chat!
As always, I'm Obey the Fist.
And I'm Ripped Bod. I'm not, though, actually. I'm kind of pudgy underneath all this clothes. If you're asking yourself, yes, I did, in fact, buy a pair of pit vipers. They are, in fact, fabulous. And yes, I did shave my beard just so I could have a mustache. I can't commit to the mullet, though.
It's a whole fit. I mean, the great thing about hair is it always grows back.
I don't know if I can commit to the mullet yet. I'm going to go buy a trucker hat and like a denim vest. Yeah.
We'll see, and then
we're going to see where we go from there.
I
need a pair of Heelys.
We got to gather facts. We got to gather information, then we'll make the appropriate decisions. But welcome everybody. We've got some cool stuff to talk about today. I want to open up with a hilarious bit of information that I got earlier this week. So for those of you that don't know, there's a game called War Thunder. War Thunder is a super realistic, like, tank sim, right? And this game prides itself on its commitment to realism. Like, the tanks in this game all perform as identically as possible to their counterparts in the real world. And the Challenger 2 main battle tank was added to the game in, I want to say, 2019. And since it's been added, there's been this whole thread, it's at like 319 pages and counting, about how it's not accurate to the real version of the tank. And Gaijin Entertainment, the people that make War Thunder, said, well, if you can provide us information, like, we might do something about this, but until you do, this is what it is. And one player decided that this was the hill he was ready to die on. This man claims to be an actual tank commander. He worked for the research and development division that worked on this tank prior to its introduction to the British Army in 1996. The tank is in active duty. It's been used in conflicts all over the world. And this guy was like, hey, the way you made this tank isn't accurate. It has weaknesses that are not accurate to its real-world counterpart. Here's the proof. And he slaps down this document on the forums that says unclassified, and it's got the specs of the tank on it. Come to find out, that's actual documents from the British military that are not unclassified. Those are very classified documents. So, this man has violated British military law, which carries up to a 14-year prison sentence, for the sake of getting his tank better in this game. Right. Hold on. We're not even...
This is the first time I'm hearing all this.
It gets even crazier, though, because while the British Army was like, hey, this is basically the owner's manual to this tank, what the hell are you doing? So he's potentially going to be facing 14 years in prison. This is not a bannable offense, so his account is still active. Gaijin has not touched his actual account. He can still play that until he gets sent to prison for violating military law. But because the documents are classified and not unclassified, Gaijin's like, these are actually not admissible documents about the tank, so no changes will be made. So all of this for exactly nothing. And by the way, the big thing that this was all about, the gap between the turret structure and the main body in-game is wider than it is in real life. That's the whole thing. That is the glaring weakness that caused this man to risk going to prison for 14 years. And you know what, man? Honestly, I wish I was that passionate about anything. I don't care half that much about anything. The things that I love the most in this world, I do not care nearly that much about.
Stop.
I mean, I didn't do anything. This is all him. You're going to have to talk to that guy, which you're going to have to do quickly before he gets clapped and sent to the gulag of... I don't know what they have in... Is it a brig? Did they still use London Bridge? Is that where criminals go in?
I don't know.
But yeah, interesting story, hilarious. I thought I would share.
The queen just still has a dungeon under her castle.
for traitors and seditionists. Which also, other neat fact, this is not the first time this has happened. Another a long time ago, another.
What?
I didn't get to read about because the article that I read only mentions that it's happened before, but somebody else leaked classified documents for the sake of getting a vehicle changed in War Thunder. So, like, if we had a nickel for every time somebody violated military and international law for the sake of a video game being more accurate, we'd have 10 cents, which is not a lot of money, but it is weird that that's happened twice.
We'd have 2 nickels. One of them's a girl nickel. Her name is Philip.
I'm sorry if this is a bit I'm supposed to know.
Oh, you never watched Fairly Odd Parents as a kid?
Like a little bit, but I do see the segue now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big new hotness, however, is
Yeah, let's talk about Fairly Odd Parents and Nickelodeon, right? Announced this week, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Let me give you a synopsis. Take your favorite non-sequitur Nintendo game featuring a huge cast of lovable characters from not only just Nintendo now, but all over the world. Childhood icons. Put a bunch of them in an arena and let them fight about it.
it's Nickelodeon Smash Bros. Everybody, get excited!
So there are huge things about this game. Now, not only the cast of characters looks fantastic. You know, sure, there's some new characters I ain't know that well. Like, my kids watch Loud House, so I know who Lincoln Loud is. But the classics, the icons, Powdered
Toast Man!
Powdered Toast Man, Reptar, Raphael or Michelangelo, and Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oblina from All Real Monsters.
Nigel Thornberry, smashing.
Oh,
Dude, SpongeBob, Patrick, like the cast is looking real spicy already, and we're not even done with reveals as far as I know.
I've heard that Squidward is going to become the Waluigi of this game.
In that he's going to be present in every single way except being a playable character.
Yeah, and he's going to be the game that half the community cries about at all times. I'm prepared to be a DLC Mr. Krabs main, but that's...
We're going deep into the theory crafting. I mean, I would be surprised if Mr. Krabs didn't make it in.
Plankton in a robot, or that's just a skin is the Plankton robot crabs, right? Are skins going to be a thing? They have to be, because if 4 people wanted to play SpongeBob, alt colors are going to be a thing.
Yeah, the really cool thing about this game is that with not unlike Smash Brothers, there is no shortage of potential additions to this roster.
Cool things about this game is the developers are a team behind a game on Steam called Slap City, which is highly well received as another brawler type Brawlhalla Rivals of Aether style fighting game. Highly well received. It's fast. It's technical. It is very low latency thanks to rollback netcode, which is something this game will feature. Huge. Rollback netcode, for anyone that doesn't know, I think I gave you a rundown about it. Basically, the algorithm of the game tries to predict what the player in question is going to do next. And when that doesn't pan out, it simply rolls back the server a tick to whatever their actual input was, or its next guess on the algorithm. All happening within microseconds. It's such a smooth experience. And that's something Smash doesn't even have. I'm pretty sure the Smash servers are run by hamsters on generator wheels. It's embarrassing.
Did the Smash servers like one poor dude with an abacus? Just
adding those ones and zeros together. Yeah. It's rough. It's real rough. The cast, again, looking great.
Yeah,
You know,
the obviously with a list of franchises as large as classic Nickelodeon cartoons, not everybody you want is going to be in the main cast. That's simply not possible. But they have picked a fantastic selection. Avatar: The Last Airbender is represented, which
we think.
So we think.
That is still a so we think. There is no hard confirmed proof on that one yet. Just the cover of the game was leaked to Gamefly, and it is just the silhouettes of the characters.
Gamefly still around?
Yeah, Gamefly is still around.
That's crazy to me. That is insane. We are still using the postal service to rent games.
Yeah. I had a membership like just kind of recently. I was getting games for the kids, and then I just ended up paying too much money for games because the kids would just lose them or break them, and we gave up on that.
At least they didn't do the Blockbuster thing where they charged you like 4 times what it was worth.
No, they just charge you full price. It's actually a little less. It's like, honestly, at Gamefly, keeping the game you have is slightly cheaper than buying a used copy at, I want to say it was $49.99.
They didn't do that thing where you're like, oh hey, so I found that game, that movie that I forgot to return to you. Yeah, I rented Heat on VHS like 4 weeks ago here, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, what do you mean, don't worry about it? Oh no, you can keep that. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, we charged you $88. Now you own Heat on VHS for the rest of your life.
Is that an original bit?
No.
Okay, what is that from? This sounds really familiar.
This was somebody on Premium Blend like right after Blockbuster tanked. So this is probably like 10 years ago.
That's fair. Jesus. Man, I love the Blockbuster memes though. Just saying. South Park did the Blockbuster thing right.
It's Halloween. Why isn't anybody renting scary movies?
No Netflix. Yeah. I think one of the coolest things about this leaked cover is that, again, it's silhouettes of all the cast. And you can clearly see certain cast members. Powder Toast Man, you see SpongeBob's main figure. But several of the figures on the cover are characters we didn't see in the announcement trailer. For instance, CatDog is seen.
We get to play Who's That Pokemon.
Yeah, basically, that's what we're playing right now. And some of them are very easy to figure out. Again, because CatDog. You don't mistake CatDog for another character.
There's not another character that is a cat torso and a dog torso with no corresponding legs.
Yeah. Of course, then there's, you can also see Ren and Stimpy, very clearly them. Aang and Korra are off the left side. Now, Aang is harder to vouch for, but there's a girl on the cover going like this. It is very clearly Korra. Artists have already laid the internet did their thing, man.
Yeah, the collective consciousness of the internet has all of the knowledge necessary to decipher things like this.
Now, could that all be a giant hoax? I
Could
guess.
somebody have just made a fake cover? Like, of course.
But it did come from Gamefly. That was verified. I think IGN verified that one. So that adds some, if not the most legitimacy you could ever ask for in a leak. That's an official press, an official service. Yeah,
if the Avatar characters are in, I'm very sold. That's something that I've wanted to do for a long time.
Danny Phantom, bro.
Danny Phantom.
That's a show that the theme song lives in my head rent-free all the time.
Dude, the problem is I don't even remember.
Danny Fenton, he was just 14.
Dude, I don't even remember the original theme because of TikTok showing me how perfectly Montero syncs up with the opening to Danny Phantom, and now that's just the canon opening for me.
It also
which is really strange.
Montero also syncs up with a bunch of anime
with
openings.
Everything, man.
Yeah. It's a lot like how Dear Maria is an anime opening. It's the same thing, different genres. But But yeah, I am, for one, am super excited to play this. And I want to have a serious discussion with you about the legitimacy that a game like this, if well executed, could maybe give Smash a run for its money.
Here's the thing about that, right? So this is a very good
Don't
question.
say it has Nintendo support, because it doesn't.
Here's the thing is this is a game that, from what I've seen in the trailers and the gameplay, looks functionally identical. It's not going to be like a PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale thing where if they had just completely bit the Smash formula, that game would have done so much better. The reason that PlayStation...
Never even played it.
Dude, the only reason that PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale tanked is because the way you got your score was, as you played, you built up a meter, and then each character had 3 different levels of meter attacks that if you hit another character with, it would blow them up and you would get your score. There wasn't like there wasn't a physics of smashing them and their damage going up and them flying off. There wasn't anything like that, and that felt really dumb. Because you could have characters that had amazing kits, and their level 1 like killer move. I don't even remember what the terminology for it was, but that would suck. So you would have to go to level 2 in order to get your score up. There were characters that had like dog water movesets, but their first level.
That sounds
Smash,
awful.
It was bad. Like, the characters all played really well. I loved playing Big Daddy. I loved playing Dante. Oh my god, Kratos was insane. But it didn't matter because the way you had to gain advantage over your opponent in order to win wasn't fun. It just felt like a thing you had to do while you were having fun.
So, I think, for one, that, if it's going to give it a chance, it basically needs to be just that, a Smash clone.
It has to be a Smash clone. And like people will be, especially like diehard Smash stands, will be like, it's a rip-off. You can have an original idea. Shut up, all of you. I could not possibly give less of a shit about your opinion. But the fact of the matter is, Smash found the formula. They found they found the equation that makes this game work. And the only way that these kinds of games are going to work is if they follow Smash formula.
Mm-hmm. If you're looking to get into this arena as a game developer and you want to take down the king, you have to dress and look like the king.
So, speaking of dressing and looking like the king, you guys will be happy to know that it has wave dashing.
Yes, I did see that. It is confirmed that like wave dashing is a mechanic, action canceling not action canceling, shield canceling.
Yeah, like it's gonna have actual fighting game mechanics, which is one of the things that puts it in a position to take down the king. But, like you said, you've got to walk like the king, you've got to talk like the king, and otherwise nobody's going to take you seriously. There's a tiny bit of room for deviation, because Brawlhalla, I think, did a pretty good job. There's a couple of weird things that I think kept it from going, like, super hype.
Yeah.
Like the fact that...
I think the TTK was way too high on Brawlhalla, personally.
That I think is the big one.
I feel like my hits feel like nothing. Like, it feels like I'm paper smacking around paper.
Well, as somebody who mained characters that used hammers, I didn't have that problem. I felt like my strikes felt good. Just the aftermath, what I got for that strike didn't feel like it matched up with what I did.
I'm not talking about gameplay-wise. I'm talking about, like, the physics side of it. Like, how floaty characters felt in contrast to being hit, and they all felt kind of really... like, it was like every character in the game was like a Jigglypuff.
I think... basically, the game happens in lower gravity, I think, is the...
That's it. And that is a feeling that, like, again, it felt like I was paper hitting paper. Yeah, it seems fine, but in reality...
Yeah, just...
weightless. Exactly. My hits didn't have a weight. The game didn't have a weight.
Yeah, just a small handful of tweaks, I think, would have given Brawlhalla a much better chance at.
I haven't played it, but I hear Rivals of Aether is good.
Yeah, Rivals of Aether, I keep on hearing from my friends who do or did play a lot of competitive Smash. That's where a lot of them have gone.
And yeah, right there. The Smash community is kind of looking for an out. We love Smash. We love the way the game plays. But when you have been abandoned by your developer and your official support, man, I'm sorry, but how are you going to be a Smash player when the My Little Pony fighter is at EVO with developer support and a $200,000 prize pool?
Look,
come on!
There's nothing you're saying that's incorrect. And I think what we've got here is kind of the perfect storm, right? Yes, Kablam characters. That was something else I wanted to talk about. We could have Kablam characters.
Yo, I want to be Stinky Pete!
Dude, we could have Stinky Diver, Meltman,
Stinky Diver.
Thunder Girl, The Flesh.
The Flesh! Yo.
Dude, Prometheus and Bob.
We could just have Henry and June, dude.
Henry and June would be fine. In fact, give me Henry and June and have all of their moves be bringing out the other characters of Kablam to do stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Dude, the Ice Climbers.
Dude, cut it and print.
Done. Send it.
But I think that what we've got right now is we have the perfect storm for something to take Super Smash Bros.'s spot. Because, we've been in quarantine for a year and a half. There haven't been events. It's even if you really wanted to play Super Smash Bros. Competitively, you didn't have that option.
God, have fun playing online, bro.
Yeah, go have fun playing with online because you're gonna play with people that are on Wi-Fi and you're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose to that 8-year-old with Captain Falcon.
Yeah, so I think that this, I don't want to say it will, because we've got a lot of, we've got known knowns, we got unknown knowns, we got known unknowns, but we also have unknown unknowns. Big variables that could impact this equation in a lot of different ways. I want to see it happen. In my heart of hearts, I want to see the next thing. I want to see the change of the era.
Yeah.
Because, dude, Smash Brothers is always going to have a gigantic place in my heart. This game has been part of my life for over 2 decades now. I have been playing Super Smash Brothers for longer than the Confederacy existed. By several orders of magnitude. By the way, I'm not even talking about overtime. I mean my hours played. That's what I'm talking about. So, of course, this game is going to have a tremendous place in my soul forever. But sometimes you have to pass the torch. You got something you want to say?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Oh, that was really good. I'm going to use that.
Not a bad bit.
I have more hours in Counter-Strike Global Offensive than hours the Confederacy was
existed.
Hey, we agreed not to use this as a political platform.
We did. We're just stating facts here, man. That's all.
Alternative facts.
These aren't even alternative. These are verifiable. You can go look these up. But
don't look up my CS:GO hours played. That's embarrassing for how bad I am at CS:GO.
We're getting old, man. We don't have the synapses that these young bucks do coming into these tournaments with y'all's fast-firing neurons. Too much trauma and substance abuse to hang with y'all no more.
God, it's got to be at least 5,000 hours.
Yeah, it's not a small amount.
Holy
but yeah, we've got
all my Skyrim numbers.
But yeah, if the circumstances are correct, circumstances being if they execute this game the way that we know it can be executed, we may see the torch get passed.
Do we have the time to chomp into that?
What?
Or do we got another subject up?
Chomp, dude. Chomp
Chomp?
away.
What is it? What does it need to be for you?
What is it? It's, dude.
First of all,
dude,
give me-
real talk. It's not about what it needs to be for me because I am not the competitive player.
You're right, but what are some things that you can speculate? We've seen the rise and fall of these games. Speculate with me a little bit here. What does it need to have to survive? Or what does it need to have to compete? And what are the deal breakers?
I mean, honestly, to dethrone Smash, you basically just have to do all of the things Smash does, and then also host tournaments. That's the bare minimum. Like that's all you have to do to knock this game out.
Let me start off the threshold here. I think bare minimum, you have to be able to play in the 1v1. Like, we don't know that every game won't require 2 computer players. In the trailer, we only saw 4-way battles.
That would be the most colossal blunder I could imagine for the developers to make with this game. That is a sin so egregious I can scarcely imagine a world where it is committed. To force bots into a game would be
Mario Kart. Mario Party, for that matter.
I mean,
because remember, no matter how you twist this, you have to remember,
neither of those are fighting games.
Neither is Smash.
Yes, it is.
It's a party game, bud.
It is a fighting game that you can play at parties. It
is by design meant to be a fun party family game. It is by design not meant to be a competitive fighter.
Well, right, but even within that...
And that's okay for this game to do, I think. By design, not be a competitive fighter.
I mean, well, okay, I'll say this. If you try and market this game as a competitive fighter, you're going to lose people. You are absolutely going to lose people. That if you come out with like Nicktoon All-Stars, Brawl City, and Slime Zone, I don't know what the...
Because Cartoon Network just did this kind of recently. There's a Cartoon Network Smash clone out there now. It's it might be a little less Smash, but it's definitely like a 4-player brawler fighter kind of.
I knew.
I know you could fit in Jay. A lot of those characters have gone to Brawlhalla. Because like you can be Finn and Jake from Adventure Time, you can be Steven and all the Crystal Gems. There's a bunch of Cartoon Network characters in Brawlhalla, but they did just do a random game not too long ago. I feel like our assistant for the day is fact-checking me right now, and he should, because I can't remember what it's called. Do you have it?
Because I'm pretty sure there's a Cartoon Network one that functions kind of like Turtles in Time. Like it's
there's a bunch of those.
I know of that one, but I didn't know that they did like an actual fighting game.
Unless I'm just confused.
Party game.
Get back to me on that. But yeah, I think it
so that's actually Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, and it came out for the 3DS in 2011.
I think there's got to be another one.
I
swear, I just saw it on the Switch, or like the PS4.
It might be a port.
I shall keep
Maybe.
digging.
But I mean, either way, if you attempt to market it as a competitive fighting game, it's not going to land. You do have to maintain. I feel like they do have to maintain that facade of it's a fun party game. Play with your friends. Go ahead and bash each other up as your favorite Nicktoons characters.
Imagine me and you.
If you feel like paying attention to frame data, you may experience some greater success.
Right.
Just
like Sakurai does.
Like that.
You can see it's actually 36 frames. Oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to know that.
I'm not allowed to say that. But yeah, I mean, obviously balance has to be there. You can't come in to this arena having a character that just de facto poops all over the others.
I think your roster needs to be memorable. I think that has a huge thing to do with it. That's another reason I didn't like Brawlhalla, is that I felt like all the characters pretty much felt the same.
That's fair. In a game like Brawlhalla, you've got a bunch of arbitrary character types, right? Like you've got this person who is supposed to be the Grim Reaper, and you've got this cute little blurb about like, you know, what they do in their spare time and how they entered this tournament. But like this isn't 1990 anymore. You can't just throw a bunch of ninjas in a game with palette swaps and then be like, this one is from this clan and they beef with this other clan and it's yellow and it's blue, and expect us to bite because we've seen that before. We need more. And when you're doing that with original characters, that becomes very difficult unless you can also establish lore, which is super hard to do in a fighting game.
Yeah, I feel like so having an iconic background already. For example, we saw at one point what we can assume is Patrick's down air, and it's the scene from the Olympics episode where he's in the ice cream cone and he drops down, a la like kind of look like maybe like Kirby's down B, the
Or
rock.
anybody who's got one of those spiky like
Link.
Corrin's.
Yeah,
Links.
Corrin, Link. Yeah,
Anybody who's got a down air that just
the spiky.
the spiky down air that will kill you if you do it off stage. Bowser.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes. Yeah, I would actually say more like Bowser, because it's almost more like it grabs you or like smashes you down faster. That meteor effect. So that looks cool. Again, the cast of characters already, what we've seen is they are all really diverse. There are very clearly some ranged characters that have some more range than others, like Danny Phantom has his eye beams. I can't imagine Nigel Thornberry isn't a brawler. What else would he do?
The Nigel Thornberry meme is the word smashing.
Yeah. I hope that Reptar feels like Bowser.
If should both Aang and Korra make it into this game, I think that's going to be really cool, because you're going to have two characters that both have these like avatar powers, but Aang will absolutely, if they maintain faith to the source material, you're going to have Aang as an incredible zoner and Korra as an absolute bruiser.
Oh, for sure.
And that's going to be really cool to have two characters that I immediately, just based on my love of their source material with, to have a really cool zoner and a really cool bruiser, because those are the two things that's really all I like to do.
Sorry, someone is texting me incessantly, but it turns out it's a lot of people. It's like three.
It's the group chat.
It's all my Pokemon Go group chats. I came off mute automatically.
I mean, did you okay?
Yeah,
addressing
sorry. Go ahead.
addressing Zuko, you could have an entire fighting game just from
Avatar
the
characters.
cast of Avatar, because I will give you 15 off the top of my head, and all of them can have wildly different movesets.
Cabbage Man.
Cabbage Man, I would love it if
That's his whole kit is cabbages.
it's cabbages. And
Throws
in fact,
a cabbage, he kicks a cabbage, he throws the card at you, pulls out a new one, busts it over your head.
it's like that's his
That's his bag, dude.
That's his bag.
That's his cart.
That's his. That
All
is
right,
indeed
ladies and
his
gentlemen,
cart.
I'll be here all week. Thank you.
So if Cabbage Man is a hazard in one of the stages, will you play with hazards on? Could that
That's
be the
it.
thing?
Actually, that leads me into point number 2, stage hazards. Forced stage hazards. Stop it. You know better. Their last game, I don't think, had any. So, like,
Yeah, the ability to turn stage hazards off is necessary, or at the very least to have a number of stages that are neutral that just don't have any anyway. That being said,
and let's remember, the developers have done this before too. It's not their first rodeo. This isn't, yeah, it's a small indie studio, but it's also
This is- yeah.
not some yellow belly corporate executives with money.
These are people who clearly have experience in the field, and at the very least, there's probably at least one person on that team that when somebody goes, hey, what if we did this really, really, really stupid thing? Somebody's going to be there to go, no, we're not going to do that. Because if you don't have that person, you wind up with some really, really, really stupid ideas.
PlayStation All-Stars.
What if instead of having a physics engine where you have to ring people out, we have this really weird, inaccessible, esoteric system where you've got to pick up orbs and power up a move and then blow up other people using that move, and everybody's got different moves. So we're just creating extra layers of balance that we're going to have to figure out if we want this game to be any kind of good. But don't worry, we're not going to even bother with that. Like, I don't know. Like, how was that not the meeting? How was that not exactly what happened? And then nobody in the room was like, wait, why would we do that? Why would we do such a terrible, awful, horrible thing?
No, everybody clapped their hands and went, oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
It was like, oh, yeah. If I'm clapping the loudest, I get a raise, right? Sycophants, all of you. I don't know what happened in that boardroom. That's not fair of me to say. It comes from a place of caring. I'm just really angry.
Yeah. So now we also know that maybe we shouldn't put stock where stock isn't due. Because I will be damned if I have to come back here in sub 6 months and look these people dead in the eye and go, this game came out and it was fucking awful.
Dude, if that winds up happening, we're going to have to adjust the camera because we're going to do that whole episode standing. Like, the anger is going to be so real that we can't possibly just sit and talk about it.
Yeah,
Dude, this is
we've
like...
been down this path. We have put a lot of stock into games that are just awful.
And what's worse is, like, we've talked about not doing the thing that we're doing right now. Although, to our credit, I think we're having a pretty fair conversation about it. Like, we're not up here being like, this game's gonna be the best, man! Fuck all the other games you've ever played! It's gonna be Nicktoons All-Stars Battle Royale all day, every day! You know, we're not doing that.
Godfall.
But, like, we keep on...
Cyberpunk.
Dude, this is like, why isn't this the plot of an isekai manga yet where the story is actually about the people that live in this town and heroes keep on showing up and they're like, oh, this is going to be the guy. This one's going to be the guy. He's going to defeat the Demon King. And then he goes and gets waxed. So the people are like, oh, guess no crops again. Jeez, when are we finally going to get the savior we need?
That is a really good plot.
That is really good.
But the main cast isn't any of the heroes. It's not about the hero.
No, it's just the people that live there. It's just like the baker and the mayor and like the lady who owns the tavern. Trying to support these doofuses that come from the disparate timelines as best they can. Like, okay, so here's I know you're disoriented. What happened? Did you get hit by a truck? Yeah, that's what it usually is. Come on, sit down. So here's the deal. It's the Demon King. He's way over there. Like, please don't go there right now. You are definitely not strong enough. We've got people that'll outfit you, but like you're gonna have to go and like kill a bunch of monsters and probably meet some other really weird people and eventually defeat the Demon King.
The people in that world are aware of the isekai effect. It's happened so many times they know.
They're the first town in the game. But it's a really hard game.
It's the Dark Souls.
It's the Dark Souls, except you don't respawn.
The Dark Souls of isekai.
And then they're like, okay, please, just stay in the forest for a little bit. Like, I know killing slimes is boring. I know killing slimes is really boring. But you have to do that for a little bit because if you go, huh?
We're tangenting now.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm taking this even further. Hold on, we're going even farther the other way. Free Guy comes out this week.
What does?
Free Guy? It's a movie. Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's the NPC in the video game. Bro, that shit looks tight.
Dude,
Like, I just want to go watch it. It just looks so good. And it's Ryan Reynolds in it. What more do I need?
it's Ryan Reynolds and it's pandering to my special interests. So like
Of Ryan Reynolds and video games?
Ryan Reynolds and video games, like it doesn't need to be anything more than
Like,
that.
he's an NPC in, like,
yeah,
GTA.
in like GTA Online, and
then he goes rogue because he's just like, wait a minute. I don't have to let these guys rob me anymore. I can just shoot back.
which is oddly enough, which is similar to the plot of Alicization, but discussion for another time.
What?
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Why did you say something so controversial yet so brave?
He's out of line, but he's right.
No, he's got a point. Fuck.
Yeah,
Why?
pick your meme on that one. Dude, I'm just saying.
Oh my
like,
God, she's an NPC that just wakes up like, oh, I can cross the line.
Wait a minute. What if I didn't do the thing that I'm supposed to do?
Oh my God, how could you do this to me?
I
double want to go see Fall Guy.
We're just out here stating facts, man.
Hey.
That's it.
Want to go see Fall Guys next week? Free Guy, not Fall Guys. Woo.
For that matter, when are we getting the Fall Guys movie? For that,
You know.
as long as we're putting together this wish list.
You know. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is coming out soon, bro. The first one was cute as hell. I don't think it was like the best video game movie of all time, but it was cute.
First of all, really low bar. Really low bar on that one. You don't have to be all that impressive to be the best video game movie of all time.
Don't forget, we're getting that Super Mario Brothers movie soon, too.
Once I see a trailer, I will have an opinion.
I mean, okay.
Look, hot take, nobody's going to agree with me, but I don't see how you're going to do it better than Bob Hoskins and Dennis Hopper and John Leguizamo did it. I don't see it happening. I don't see it becoming any better than completely deviating from the source material and just having a bunch of actors in a weird post-apocalyptic version of New York City where everybody's evolved from dinosaurs into humans. Not sure how that works. And then just using weird references from the game, like the Ba-Bomb. I don't see how it's going to get better. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not the most creative person in the world. I'll freely admit that.
I mean, first of all, it's Illumination Studios. So that's Despicable Me, the Minions. That's their domain. And they also did those Sing movies, which are really, really good.
I don't know, man. I just feel like
you have to understand going into this too, this is a Super Mario kids movie. They're not coming for us. They're coming for them.
They couldn't in this day and age.
You
could not possibly make a Mario movie that would interest me.
Personally, best synopsis, the movie's called Super Mario Bros. Fine, sure. Or just Super Mario, I think is actually what it's called. Mario and Luigi aren't there. That's it. That's the plot. It's like Peach. You see Peach, Mario, and Luigi are missing, and then it's a bunch of toads trying to find Mario and Luigi.
Dude, I'd watch a bunch of bumbling toads attempt to save
Yoshi.
the actual people.
It's like it's Bowser, who is also for some reason concerned that Mario is missing. No, he'll be some generic. Oh, damn it. He's gonna be the bad guy. It's gonna be some awful plot. All right, yeah. Give me a Toad. Give me a Yoshi, Princess Peach,
Dude,
and specifically also give me Grandpa Toad.
Dude, real talk. Just do the plot of The Legend of the Seven Stars. Turn that into a movie. Zhuzh it up a little bit, and then have Mario and Peach and that weird frog marshmallow kid thing, and Gino and Bowser go and have to fight some weird extra-dimensional giant sword that stabbed Bowser's castle.
All right. Hot take. You also have to go to do this Mario movie right. You have to go, it has to be made so that you go into the movie kind of like we went into, what was it, Spider-Man Homecoming? Where there was no backstory set up. We didn't see Uncle Ben die for the 8th time. You went into the movie, Peter Parker knew he is Spider-Man. He had been Spider-Man for a few years. That's it. You have to go into the movie knowing who Mario is, who Luigi is, who Bowser is. No backstory. You know them. You know their characters. Start a plot. And at that point, it could be any of Bowser's hijinks, and you could make a good hero journey movie. At least mediocre. Dude, if they can make the Angry Birds movie not suck, they can make a Mario movie not suck.
That was a mobile game that was based on a catapult
And
simulator
that movie is
from
cute as
Flash.
hell. Don't at me. My kids love that shit.
I mean, look, I feel like it's gonna land with its target audience. It doesn't. That's not saying a lot. It doesn't have to do much to land with its target audience.
No, my kids will watch it on repeat for like a month,
Dude,
which is longer than most of their attention spans can hold for anything else.
Dude, I remember when I was 6. The stuff I liked when I was 6 was dumb.
Yeah. You know what else is dumb? Chivalry 2.
Well,
That's
there's been a
because
lot
I'm
of hot
bad
takes.
at it.
And
And you're
that's,
gonna find out.
dude, that's only because you ain't played. It's a new skill. Like, check this out, man. Do this and then do this, right? Now switch. See, it's not easy, right?
Fuck.
Now switch back.
No.
Do it again. And again.